Do you feel like you're in over your head? Do you feel at the moment like you've bitten off more than you could ever possibly hope to chew? Do you feel like you were just following your heart and now you find yourself in a pretty sticky situation where you're just not able to achieve what you hoped you were going to be able to follow through with, and now you're beating yourself up over it? Well, between the 28th of June and the 10th of July, Venus is going to be transiting Magha Nakshatra. At the time that a decent portion of this transit is going on, there will be an ongoing connection between Rahu, Mercury, and Venus, all of which will be forming an angle with a retrograde Mars, which is conjuncting Ketu. And there's also another alignment in the background between Jupiter and the Sun. Now, what's really important about this particular alignment is the Sun is in Punarvasu Nakshatra, Venus is in Magha Nakshatra, and Mars is in Shravana Nakshatra, all of which are Dhatu Nakshatras. Dhatu Nakshatras are mineral nakshatras. They want to be able to be strong. They want to be able to be a pillar of support for other people to lean on. But when the going gets tough, they likely find themselves in positions where the support that they're hoping for to pull them through just isn't there. Okay? So let's take a deeper look at this, right? You had an idealistic way of looking at the situation. Was that wrong? No, not necessarily. Right? That's what your heart was telling you. So you took actions based upon that idealistic way of looking at the situation. Was that in itself wrong? Nope, that's not wrong either. You expected things to happen quickly, more effectively, and you felt that you could do this all by yourself and that you could shoulder the burden. And you thought, and even if I can't shoulder the burden, somebody else will be there to help me along with this. Is that wrong? Well, perhaps just a little bit, because after all, it's your heart. It's your decision. It's your values. And even if you share some of those values with another person, to expect them to kind of rush to your aid when it's your decision is not necessarily the right thing to do. Right? So what can you do about this entire situation? Well, one thing you can do about it is you cannot expect so much of yourself, and you can stop beating yourself up over not being able to accomplish something which is basically superhuman in the scope of its measure, right? So you don't have to take that much on. Things are coming together slowly but surely. You have to give the process a little bit of time for evolution, right? You can't expect to suddenly go, right, well, nothing is going to happen with this particular situation unless I do something. And if you take that particular stance of going, nothing is going to happen with this situation unless I do something, and I'm going to have to be the one who shoulders all of it, listen to that language. You've put the entire burden on your own shoulders already, right? Because you've cut yourself off from the source. Right? You've said already, I can do this all by myself. I'm going to have to be the one who does it all by myself. But the strength does not come from your mind. It does not come from your ego. It comes from that source of strength deep inside of you, that deep whirlpool, higher self, God, whatever it is you want to call it. It comes from inside of you, right? So then when you turn yourself away from that, when you just kind of decide, I'm going to turn myself away from that and take this action because I have to do this all myself, and I haven't gotten the signs and signals to confirm beyond the shadow of a doubt that I'm absolutely positively doing the right thing, so I just have to shoulder this burden all myself. And this other person who's involved in the situation, they're not telling me whether they think it's the right thing to do. But have you ever thought that maybe they're not sure, right? Maybe they're going through the same process that you are, and you're placing yourself in the situation of going, I have responsibility for this in entirety, but you don't. Okay? You have responsibility for your part of it. They have responsibility for their part of it. So if you choose to be a support, choose to be a support wholeheartedly. If you choose to be a support, take on what you can handle. Don't bite off more than you can chew. right? If you feel that you might be expecting too much of yourself, take a look at that again. If you feel like you may not be expecting too much of yourself, well, take a look at that again, right? Because with this transit between Rahu, Mercury, and Venus, chances are you're setting your goals just a little bit too high. So if you need a little bit of help realigning with that source that can help you through this tricky situation, I should mention that I do offer several different levels of astrological service, all of which are available through the Astrological Services page of my website. If you wish, you can schedule a consultation with me by following the link above in this video. That's going to do it for this look at Venus's transit through Magha Nakshatra from the 28th of June to the 10th of July, 2018. Until next time, please do take the very best care of yourself. Bye now.